Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Silverstein Gaming with some Teamfight Tactics gameplay. This is going to be our Bronze to Challenger series, and we're starting out on the first carousel. We go ahead and take this Ari at first. Unfortunately, my recording software did kind of miss a little bit while I was trying to fix it. I ended up losing a round because I didn't put in a second unit besides Ari, but it's going to cost us 4 HP. We still got 2 items from it. We got the Negatron Cloak and the Tear of the Goddess. We also are lucky enough to get a BF Sword right there. We're running a Lucian, a Garen, and a Darius. So it's looking more like a Nobles game. Find a Vayne right here. Going to go ahead and level up and put in the Vayne and the Garen so we can keep the Knight bonus and the Noble bonus. We are going to want to get some level 2s here pretty quick. We do have a Lucian in the shop here. So I sell the Mordekaiser because if we win, we'll have enough to get the Lucian without having to reroll and without having to lock the shop. So definitely ideal. Even with the Shyvana ult here, the Garen ult's able to kind of clean them up, kind of go through the healing of the Nidalee. So we did get a second Lucian here. We're going to go ahead and reroll, try to get that third Lucian, which we are able to do. So we put a BF Sword on him. Re-rolling early right now, definitely the way to go if you want to continue a win streak. We definitely will continue a win streak right here. Our Noble buff is able to overpower what he's got. He does have a Lulu and a Nidalee, so that is a lot of healing, but Lucian is not being targeted at all yet, and luckily our tank got the Noble buff. That's always what you'd rather have it on, so he stays alive long enough for your backline to kill them all. So that's a 2-game win streak. Find another Vayne. We're going to keep re-rolling here. Find another Lucian. Didn't make sense not to get him. If we re-rolled and found another Vayne, we wouldn't be able to buy it anyway. So this round is kind of funny. He's got Nobles and a redemption on Darius. And it just so works out that Darius has enough time to keep getting his ult off and healing himself. And he heals from the Noble buff. And with the redemption buffs, it now goes off at 25% HP instead of upon death. So he's able to stay alive long enough to get his own redemption. So he benefits from it. And this game is going to end up being a tie. Lucian is at least strong enough to kill the Darius here, but not strong enough to kill Vayne. Luckily he survived, so it was a tie, but that is going to end our win streak. So we're at the next carousel. I go ahead and I get the third unlock, so not fantastic, but I was able to get a 3-cost unit with a tier on it. So it could have been much worse than that. For getting the second to last unlock, I'm pretty okay with it. And I was surprised nobody took it. In my opinion, it's always better to go for the gold than the items, unless you're one item away from getting a lot stronger. We go ahead, find our third Vayne, find another Lucian. 3 gold left. We re-roll one more time and find nothing. And this guy is looking like he's going to try to go for 6 assassins. I don't really know the strategy here behind running 5 level 1 assassins. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it's an easy victory, so we'll get our win streak going again. And yeah, game's looking pretty good so far. Got 2 level 2s. Unfortunately, neither of them are our front line. We are both 1 Garen and 1 Darius away. I go ahead and pass on the Vayne right there. Able to reroll again. I do sell Darius and Garen to get a second level 2 Lucian, and I'm going to take out Darius and leave in Garen. I'd rather have 2 level 2 Lucians with only 1 tank. The Knight bonus isn't that important when we have Nobles. Right here, this guy does run Rek'Sai with with a Spear of Sojin, and so that's able to stall out this game enough, so it does end up being a tie. You know, it's funny that a unit, even though I'm saying this unit is working well and is good, still only gets him a tie. He just keeps ulting. It ends up stunning all my people long enough where he can kill the Vayne pretty easily. There's only 6 seconds left here. You know, if this game goes on longer, we definitely win with the Noble buff. The healing from Rek'Sai's ult doesn't matter, but we do end up tying here, losing a couple HP. Onto the golems now. as you can see, we've locked the store. There's a Leona in there, and I will definitely be selling Darius and replacing him with the Leona. Makes way more sense to me. She's noble, so we have the option to run nobles if we want to later. And she's just a better unit than Darius. Like I said, I don't think the knight bonus is that big right now. We are able to get a Rage Blade here, so we're going to put that onto the Lucian. So for people who are new, what I'm about to do here with the items is pretty important in the game. I'm sure most of you know about it, but if you don't, I put the Rage Blade on Darius so I can sell him and keep the full Rage Blade and put it on Lucian, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to put it on Lucian since he already has an item. I don't want a Sword of the Divine or a Hextech Gunblade. So I'm sure most of you knew that that little trick, but that's what that was about, if any of you have any questions on that. Right here, our Lucian is marginally stronger now, obviously, with her Rage Blade. And our other Lucian has the Noble buff. Ashe ult is going to freeze our main damage, but doesn't matter. We have 3 level 2 backline shooting her. And that's going to be this guy's first loss, so he's still going to be in first place, but he's only 3 HP ahead of me now. Gonna keep re-rolling here, find another Vayne. We've got 2 of them. Obviously, Lucian's the one we're going for level 3. That's what I keep re-rolling for, but might as well pick up the Vaynes when I find them. Right here, Garen gets the Noble buff. This guy does have a Cursed Blade, which in my opinion is a very underrated item. It's very good. You know, if someone gets an early level 3 and you can shrink them down to level 2, they have no gold, and so their level 3 is what they're relying on. And they probably lose without it because they have no goals. So the rest of their team's probably not great. She even shrank my level 2 Lucian there, but it didn't matter. Right here, we do find another Lucian. We are going to sell one of the Vaynes for it. We end up selling the other one. Didn't need to. Probably could have just held on to it and seen what we found later, but that's all right. This guy, back to the Assassins guy. He's got a Rapid Fire Cannon Katarina, which, I don't know. It could be okay. You know, the extra attack speed's good. She gets to her ult a little faster. She can attack from a little further away, but yeah, that's just not the item I would put on her. Right here, Evelynn barely can't kill our Lucian. Not that it would have changed the game. Next carousel here, I have the last pick from first place, and I still am able to get this Cho'Gath with a Chain Vest. Very happy there. Very, very happy with that. We are able to just pick up our 2 Vaynes that we sold earlier, find another one, get a second level 3 Vayne. So it's looking like we could probably get both level 3 Vayne and level 3 Lucian. We go ahead and put Frozen Heart on the Cho'Gath since he had a Chain Vest and we had 2 tiers and not much to do with him. I don't like tier items on Lucian. I just don't really think they make him that much better. And obviously, tier items on Vayne are a waste because she doesn't need mana. So here we go. This will be our first actual loss of the game. We had a couple of ties, but it's from the guy we tied with earlier. His PD Shyvana was very, very good. Didn't take a lot of damage from either of my Lucians or my Vayne, so that's going to drop us to 78 HP. We find another Vayne here. We're going to keep re-rolling as we are so close to a level 3 Lucian and a level 3 Vayne. Unfortunately, we don't find either, so we'll have to keep looking for those. I usually prefer to econ and keep saving up gold, but when you have a team that's going to rely on your level 3 so heavily, you just don't really have that option. So here we go. That Pyke doesn't even get his ult off. The Cho'Gath at least gets some CC. Kind of a wasted ult from Leona, but it just doesn't make a difference. This guy has no HP left and will be the first one out of the game. Right here, we're able to find another Leona and another Lucian, so 1 Lucian away and 1 Leona away. You'll see I rearrange my units here to protect the Lucian so we can't take damage from the wolves. Not that I'm too worried about losing to the wolves here, but might as well be safe rather than sorry because we need some more items. Right here we get a recurve bow and we get another BF sword, so we're able to finish the IE on Lucian, making him much, much stronger, and that's exactly what we do. We go ahead and put a static shiv on him as well. Might as well stack him. We know we're going to get him level 3. And right here we do get him to level 3. For some reason, takes the static shiv off of him. I'm not really sure why. We put in the other Leona, but decide for another level 2 Vayne instead. We're 1 Vayne away from level 3. We don't have any items on Vayne, which is not great. A level 3 Vayne with no items is not fantastic, but it's a level 3 they have to kill, and killing all the level 3s is tough with all their health. Right here we get another pretty easy victory. Level 2 Vayne with Noble buff is no match for a level 3 item Lucian. So another win there. We're now on a 2-game win streak. We're going to keep re-rolling here. We find a Braum and put him in for the Guardian buff, obviously. That's one of the better buffs in the game, in my opinion. Right here, we do find our level 3 Vayne anyway. We're also going to go ahead and pick up that Garen, giving us the option to run Nobles if we choose to do that later. This guy, not much HP left. Looks like he's got a level 3 Darius, so with a Sojourn. A lot of healing if he can get to the first ult, but we also have a lot of CC. Aatrox does kind of decimate my team a bit there, but not quite enough. 2 Aatrox ults, not enough to kill a level 3 Lucian. And we get another win, and this guy does live. Obviously, he had quite a bit of HP left, but he's only got 11 after the loss, so pretty close to dying. If we get to fight him again, we'll just kill him. Here we go, last round before the carousel. As you can see, I stopped re-rolling. I got my level 3s. I don't need to re-roll anymore. I already have my level 3s, so I'm not worried about it. Better to save it for levels, or, you know, for getting the rest of the nobles, which would be good. As you can see, Lucian doing like 4,500 damage per round now. Pretty insane. Right here, we are recording. Sorry, it did freeze again for the carousel, but we were able to get this misfortune, surprisingly. From the last pick, we got a misfortune. And I keep re-rolling here, and we do find a Kayle, which fits much better with my comp than misfortune, so I'm going to switch him, sell it, so I also get the extra gold from the interest. And we have a tier for a Kayle, so a potential Spear of Sojourn or some other tier item for Kayle, which obviously tier items are really good. The more ults she gets off, the better. Right here, this fight looks close at first, and it's just not. So this guy is going to get another loss. That increases our win streak to 5. I'm going to go ahead and put the tier on Kayle, get her to her first ult faster. Right here, we do have all of the nobles, so we can activate that, which is what we're going to do. We're going to switch the Leona. We sell the Cho'Gath so we can put the Frozen Heart onto the Leona. So we're not wasting any of our items there. And yes, the game is over at this point. We have 6 nobles, 2 level 3s, and one of them is a stacked Lucian. So the game is over. I'm not sure if everybody noticed, but you know, as soon as I hit that 6th noble, I knew it didn't really matter what I did the rest of the game. It's pretty much over. You know, there are ways I could screw this game up, but really unlikely. Now we're at the Raptors round, and I was thinking to myself, I didn't actually get that many items from the NPC rounds earlier in this game, and yeah, I get lucky right here for sure. I didn't get that many items, but it ends up giving me all my items here. I get a belt, a BF sword, 2 chain vests, so that's a Zephyr, a Sojourn for Kayle, and a Thornmail. So I'm going to put the Sojourn on Kayle, Zephyr on Leona, and also a Thornmail. So if the game wasn't out of reach enough for everybody else, it is now. You know, we're going to take one of their people out of the fight every fight. There is someone with assassins, so that's going to be killer for him. We're going to take this guy's sort of stacked Vayne out of the fight, and Leona takes his Draven out of the fight for 5 seconds with her ult. So unfortunate, but really good for me. His level 3 Garen does get a few kills, but not enough to do anything. He is going to survive with 1 HP. 2 people with 1 HP, and I get a level 2 Leona right there. Right here, we're just going to save. We get we're able to sell the Braum, reroll again, and get the level 2 Garen. And right here, my thinking behind buying that Fiora is we're stomping everybody. We're probably going to win the next fight, so we'll have 30 gold. So we'll get the extra gold for interest anyway, and that's exactly what happens. Again, it's a fight that looks close, but it's just not. It's not a close fight. I still have 2 full health level 3s. That Draven is not bad with 2 lifesteal items, but can't out lifesteal Lucian's damage, and that's another win. And we are going to knock another person out of this game. That's an 8-game win streak. We find another Kayle. Hopefully we can find a third one to get level 2. We're going to save right here at 30 gold. There's only 4 people left in the game. So I figure if I lose again, I'll spend all my gold then to make sure it doesn't happen. But not too worried about it with our 6 nobles. So we're 1 round away from the carousel. Not too many items to work with now. I've put full items on everybody, so it's not like we're really specifically looking for anything. Another tier item for a Kayle would be good, but no matter what we get, we're pretty much done here. We could still use a level 2 Fiora, but she just pretty much instantly dies when she jumps into a fight. Doesn't matter. We don't need her for damage. We just needed her for the 6th noble. Right here, we knock yet another person out of the game. 3 of us left. And at the carousel, there is a Kayle, and I am 1 Kayle away from getting level 2 Kayle. And neither of them take the Kayle. Sometimes you got to look around and see what people need. This is, like I said, we're starting out in Bronze 4. Or, no, not Bronze 4. Sorry. We are in Bronze 1 this game, 53 LP, hoping to get to Silver 4. But people probably aren't going to be too aware of what's going on. So that's a level 2 Kayle. Everyone's going to be level 2 after this because I'm going to re-roll for the Fiora. I'm only 2 games away from winning first place because they can't beat me, and they're each 1 death away, or 1 loss away from death. We go ahead, get that Fiora, and here we go. Fighting the 2nd place guy right here. He does have a level 3 Katarina, which is impressive that you can get a level 3 Katarina. That's some lucky rolling, but you know, no tanks for the assassins. I think a tank probably would have benefited him more than this Swain. Doesn't matter anyway, he would have died either way, but he's out of the game. Guaranteed 2nd place at least. This guy's 1 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and level up all the way so I can put another person just for fun. We go ahead and grab another Leona to put in there. As you can see coming up here, I could have taken this Braum instead, but you know, I just wasn't paying attention. I knew the game was over. We're not even going to make it to the dragon round. But yeah, this guy knows this guy knows it's over. And, you know, it was a good game. He was in 6th place for pretty much the whole game at 1 HP. And he played well and was able to get 2nd, so good for him. It happens. Never give up in this game. You could end up outliving other people. But that's going to be the end. There's a 1st place victory. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. And let me know if there's anything I should change. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.